Hey trackies, welcome back to another video here on TXT Track Time. Please remember to like the video and also subscribe to the channel. Sigh. I have terrible news, trackies. Terrible, terrible news. Unfortunately, Kishane Thompson pulled out of the men's 100 meters at the Silesia Diamond League. At this point, there is no information or word yet from the Kishane Thompson camp as relates to why he withdrew from the Silesia Diamond League men's 100 meters. Off the bat, I just want to say I'm hoping that he is well and it has nothing to do with a quote unquote injury. If it is an injury, I'm hoping again get well soon. But what I did notice as well is that quite a few, top stars, pulled out of the Silesia Diamond League for one reason or another. A few of them, spoke to, feeling discomfort. Others spoke to being tired. We're talking about the likes of Adina Asher Smith. We're talking about a Jasmine Camacho Queen, feeling something in warm up and pulling out, last minute. Also, as well, Christian Coleman was, out of the men's 100 meters as well. So for separate reasons, athletes have been pulling out and have been focusing what it seems like to me on the Diamond League finals. You know what I mean? Especially the events, that don't seem to be, diamond events as well. So with that being said, maybe it has something to do with that. As I said, I'm just hoping that Kishane Thompson is well, but definitely, it put a huge damper on the event, the men's 100 meters, because I know many people were looking forward to that men's 100 meters, looking for that throwdown between two of the Olympic medalists. We're talking about Kishane and also Fred Curley as well. What was interesting to me was that as I was watching the meet progress and I was looking at the times in the sprints, I was getting even more and more excited because I was like, okay, we're some fast times. I was watching the men's hurdles. I was watching the female hurdles and I was thinking, okay, the times are coming and we have great competition in the men's 100 meters. So I'm expecting something really crazy. You know what I mean? And I was like, yes. Finally, we may see that 9.6 or, a 9.7 low, just something really phenomenal, right? And oh my gosh, when I tell you the news hit me like a rock thumping in my chest when he withdrew, right? So it definitely put a damper on the men's 100 meters. And I definitely felt as though in the men's 100 meters, I saw a reflection of that from, the other Olympic medalists, as I said, Fred Curley. He was running that race like he didn't care. You know what I mean? I saw the effort from Ferdinand. I thought saw the effort from Akeem Blake, but it's like he wasn't even in the race. He was just there, meandering along. Like, okay, well, Kishane isn't here. Let me just, do whatever I need to do. And then when he realized, oh, I was slightly behind, he did a little bit more just to, get himself slightly ahead. And he was like, okay, cool. It is what it is. So, Fred Curley eventually walked away with that win, and he ran a 9.87 seconds, which is equal in the meeting record. Ferdinand Ominyala was second. He ran a 9.88. Super happy for Akeem Blake. He was third in this race and he equals his personal best. So again, this meet for me personally was definitely, pumping up super fast times. I believe that though if we got the clash, between Kishane and Fred Curley, we would have definitely seen something really fast, right? But unfortunately, that's water under the bridge at this particular point because as I said, Kishane didn't start. My hope is, as I'm saying, is that he is healthy. And this is just a strategic move for one reason or another, and we'll see him, before the season is out. If not, then potentially we may not be seeing him if it's something injury related, because we know that Kishane is unfortunately quite injury prone, a quite injury prone athlete. We've definitely known that over the years. We've seen him, performing that. Yeah, this is a thing, right? And especially, right out of the Olympic Games for, an injury prone quote unquote athlete, you'd say maybe they have decided, okay, let's take a few more weeks rest or an additional week rest to make sure that we are feeling the best we are feeling so that we can head to, whichever league race and, compete at our best. That's literally me just having hopeful thoughts, trackies, because I definitely don't want him to go into, the off season for 2024, heading into 2025 with an injury, right? I definitely want him to be as healthy as possible so that we can look forward to exciting things and exciting possibilities in, the years to come, especially in 2025. There's so much expectation there. So I definitely don't want him to, start off his season with any kind of, injury setback or anything like that. Another event that was contested before the beginning of the program was the men's 110-meter hurdles. And of course, we saw a clash again with the Olympic medalists Daniel Roberts, Grant Holloway, and of course the Jamaican Rasheed Broadbell. And we also did have a second Jamaican in this race, Orlando Bennett. Well, track is this time around, the Olympic champion goes away for the win, and he runs a 13.04 seconds for the win. Rasheed Broadbell was second, 13.05 seconds, and Daniel Roberts was third with a 13.24 seconds. So literally, those are the medalists. Not in this order at Paris, mind you, because Daniel Roberts got the silver there, but still the same medalists that are finishing top three here in this particular race. Now, as you can clearly hear, Rasheed Broadbell ran a season's best right in this particular race. So as you can see, more races and he's getting faster and faster and faster. What I will say is, from a critique perspective, is that we got to start cleaning up over the hurdles. Clearly the start is still, an issue when we talk about the type of start that a Grant Holloway gets versus, a Rasheed Broadbell. No, don't get me wrong. I'm not expecting Rasheed Broadbell to, have that kind of ridiculous start that Grant has. It's similar to like how Shelly, has her pocket rocket start. No, many people are not expecting, other athletes to be able to start like her, like a rocket, but still have a good enough start. And that's my point here when it comes to Rasheed Broadbell. Still have a good enough start, but I also want to see great technical execution as well over the barriers. The consistent hitting of the hurdles means that you're cutting your momentum, right? I did think that he could have taken this race as well, given the fact that, again, by the time his top end kicked in after hitting a few early hurdles, and he actually did hit the last hurdle as well. He was literally just 1/100th of a second outside of Grant Holloway in this race. Grant still had his same typical race, gets out really really quick, and then he slows over those last four hurdles, you would say, and then athletes really mean pretty much. So he has not really been showing us those sub 13 runs. Interestingly, I'm trying to understand why, given that he seemingly seems to be in great shape, and I don't think I've heard any season issues that he's had during the Olympic period and even after. I don't think I've heard anything. But yeah, still solid run from him. Rasheed Broadbell, as I said, needs to clean up. I don't know if I told you, but Orlando Bennett was fifth in this race and he ran a 13.35 seconds. All right, so Chakes, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Of course, Kishane pulls out, unfortunately, in the men's 100 meters, really, really putting a damper on that men's 100-meter performance as far as I'm concerned, because I did believe that we would have seen something really, really phenomenal. And also, we have Rasheed Broadbell coming in second here for a season's best. Absolutely, still, performing well, and seemingly, in my opinion, will continue to be performing well as the season ends. But yeah, I do think he needs to brush up on him technically executing over the hurdles. What are your thoughts? Of course, like the video and subscribe to the channel. I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye.